let's forget partisan politics. Let's take a look at your district and see these individuals, these business owners who will literally suffer, and they're already suffering. And you can see that there. It's not a great place to just, it's one of those places in California where you're like, wow, this place has been hit hard by the economy. And inflation did that, during the Biden years, and yeah, you've seen that reflected in a lot of those areas. So we have been, we did a couple events there. We did some really good grassroots advocacy efforts there. But unfortunately, he still chose partisan politics and voted, to not, for the bill and not give his constituents the tax break that they really needed. And so it's really sad. But those are kind of the things we're working on. Unfortunately, also, I don't know if AFP is going to get engaged.
Americans are capable of achieving extraordinary things when they have the freedom and opportunity to do so. This is American Potential.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the American Potential Podcast. I'm your host, David Fromm. As you can see, I'm not in my usual recording location because we're recording from the State Policy Network annual meeting. If you haven't heard of SPN, they help organizations put free market ideas and local solutions into practice. Because Americans for Prosperity has so many of its state staff here at this event, we wanted to take the opportunity to record one of our 50 Stars, 50 Stories episodes. This series is leading up to America's 250th birthday, and each month, we're going to highlight the states that joined the Union during that month. And for this episode, we're looking at the single state that joined in the month of September. So, let's imagine it's the year 1850. The United States is really still figuring itself out. New states are being added, and the balance of power between free and slave states is hanging by a thread. Then comes one state that completely breaks the mold. It skips the whole territorial phase and jumps straight into statehood. Why? Because just 2 years earlier, something was discovered there that set off one of the biggest migrations in American history. Suddenly, this place was packed with people chasing opportunity, and Congress had no choice but to act. The result? America added its 31st star to the flag. I want to welcome back to the podcast Heather Andrews, who's a Western Non-Chapter States Regional Director for Americans for Prosperity. And one of the states she covers is the state we are talking about today. So Heather, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome back. So good to have you.
Thank you.
Nice. All right. So, Heather, which state joined the Union to become the 31st state?
I think you're talking about California.
Ding, ding, ding. You're exactly right.
All right.
It is California. So, obviously now California's a behemoth. What's like the fifth largest economy in the world or something.
Right.
And
$3 trillion economy.
Yeah. Tons of people. California probably has the most of everything.
Absolutely.
We've traveled there a lot as a family, and you can get anything you want there. It's really, it's stunningly beautiful. Has tons of problems too, but
absolutely. No, 9 national parks is no small feat. So
no kidding.
It's beautiful. Absolutely. Anything, everything there, from beaches to mountains to forests to the largest desert, hottest desert in the entire United States.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little bit of everything for anyone.
And the most people. Yeah, it's
and
pretty amazing.
And the most people. Well, no, New York. I think New York has it beat for most people, right?
Well, for city, but not
okay,
not,
for
not
city,
state.
not state.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So, all right. So we're gonna go to some historical trivia. So I hope you're ready.
Okay.
All right.
Hope so.
What year did California become the 31st state?
1850.
Nice.
Kind of cheated because I think you said that earlier.
I think I did. Sorry, just read listening comprehension and recall.
It's listening.
You still get points for it.
I need that.
Nice. We're playing for your favorite charity here.
Okay.
All right. Do you know where the name California came from?
I believe it must have been a Spanish name of some sort.
It was. Yeah. In fact. Yes, it actually comes from a 16th century Spanish novel that described a mythical place called California.
Interesting.
Who
Yeah.
knew?
Yeah.
So what? All right. An easy one. What's California's nickname?
The Golden State.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. And what's the state motto of California, which is on its Great Seal?
Yeah. Eureka.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you know what Eureka means?
It was what they basically said when they struck gold way back in the day in 1948. Or
yeah. It means I found it.
I found it. 1848.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's right. Yeah.
All right. So you actually might have already answered this. What major event beginning in 1848 led to a massive influx of people to California.
Yeah, the California gold rush.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we talked about in the intro. Why it seemed like Congress was forced to make it into a state.
Right.
And fun fact, a guy named James W. Marshall was the first on record to discover gold.
Right. Yeah, he was building a mill for Sutter. Yeah, Sutter.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that.
Yep.
All right. This is a little harder. Which treaty signed in 1848 ended the Mexican-American War and ceded California to the United States?
Yeah, that is a tough one. I know there was a treaty signed. I'm not sure about the name, so
that's fine.
Yes, help me out on that one.
The Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo.
Oh, okay.
And then the next year, California's Constitution was adopted. So,
excellent.
Which national park is home to the largest trees in the world?
That would be Yosemite. Or is it Sequoia? Sequoia. Okay.
That's
which is named after the tallest tree, so right. That makes sense.
Well, those fun Yosemite trees, I guess, that everybody wants to go see.
I know. I think Yosemite has one of the largest waterfalls, maybe, and I just got confused. But no, Sequoia is very beautiful. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of crazy that the largest trees in the world are there. I mean, that's saying something.
Absolutely. And the largest mountain. Did you know that? Like
no.
Mount Whitney is actually the highest mountain peak or the highest place in North America.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So California has the highest high and it has the lowest low because of the Mojave Desert.
Yeah.
There's this place. I can't remember what it's called. It's like Badlands or something. Anyway.
Is it Death Valley?
Yes, it's in Death Valley, but it's this one place and it's the lowest low in the entire nation, or North America actually. But you can go from the lowest low point to Mount Whitney in under 3 hours.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know. I'm like, that's amazing. Yeah. California's just so cool like that. The high highs and low lows.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably true politically and from a policy standpoint as well.
Right.
Unfortunately. So, all right, going back to Sequoia National Park.
Yes.
Do you know what the name of the largest tree in the world is?
General Sherman.
Yes, General Sherman.
Yes, I've seen it.
Really?
So it is very, very cool. Yeah. But did you know a fun fact too? Like the tallest tree also in the United States is there. So that's the largest, right? So it's got a big, huge base and it's been around for the longest time. It's very tall. But the tallest tree is actually, they're not telling people where it is, but it's in California. But they're not telling people because they're worried about everyone, kind of flocking there and maybe, I don't know, hurting the tree or something. But yeah, so but you'd think it would be not very difficult to find the tallest tree.
Yeah. Yeah. Using some powers of deduction, maybe we could figure that one out.
We could figure it out.
By the way, did you know the General Sherman tree was named after obviously General Sherman?
Yes.
When a cowboy, James Wolverton, who is credited with discovering the tree in 1879, served under General Sherman. So that's why he named it after him.
That's really cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. What was the original name of San Francisco before it was renamed in 1847?
Oh, interesting. I'm not sure. I mean, Golden something?
Nope. Yerba Bueno.
Oh,
or Buena.
Interesting. And I wonder what that means in Spanish, but yeah.
Yeah, no idea.
Something good. Yerba Bueno. Something good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know.
Right.
So which California city was the site of the 1906 earthquake, which is one of the worst natural disasters in U.S. history?
Oh, shoot. In California. I don't know this.
I'll give you a hint. It used to be called Yerba Buena.
Okay. San Francisco.
Nice. Your powers of deduction are excellent. Yeah, it was San Francisco.
Excellent.
It was a 7.9 magnitude earthquake.
Wow.
And 80% of San Francisco was destroyed.
Yeah. That is very.
Yeah. And they had fires that went on for days and all that. It was
right. Yeah.
truly one of the worst natural disasters.
Thank goodness I don't think they've had any major ones, big ones, huge ones since then. I think they're average about 4.0, but
really?
That must have been a really big.
I do remember in the mid 90s they had one because it happened during the World Series. I remember watching the World Series.
Oh yeah.
And all these players and their families were in the middle of the field because it was like safer than being in the stands.
Oh, wow.
And it was pretty dramatic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, nothing crazy like 1906.
Right.
So speaking of earthquakes, What is the name of the fault line responsible for many of California's earthquakes?
Oh, boy. San Andreas?
Yes.
All right.
San Andreas Fault.
Great.
Yeah,
That's a big fault.
That's a big
fault.
one. So which famous bridge completed in 1937 is an iconic symbol of San Francisco?
I would say that would be the Golden Gate Bridge.
Nice.
Yes. Beautiful
Exactly.
bridge.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to go see that. It's gorgeous.
Nice.
And it's really close to redwoods. So it's like you can see the bridge. You can go see some redwoods.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. San Fran it's interesting. I mean, it's obviously transformed a little bit.
Yeah.
Not necessarily for the positive over the years, but
I kind of think it's one of the, it's been historically one of the great American cities. I think like that you kind of want to check off your list.
Yeah.
It's got its own personality.
Yes. Like Chinatown, different little areas that are just beautiful. Some of the best seafood. I mean, I remember going to see Alcatraz, which was really fun.
Well, funny you mentioned that. Which California island, once federal prison, is famously known as The Rock?
Alcatraz.
There we go.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting.
All right. What is the official state flower of California? Hint,
oh, boy.
My youngest child is named this.
Oh, okay.
Well, not all of it.
Okay. State flower.
Also could be used to make opium.
Poppy.
Yeah. The California poppy. I don't know if
Okay.
that makes opium or not, but
Yeah.
yeah,
It's funny,
my youngest daughter is named Poppy.
You're not gonna ask me how I know, like based on instead of like a name, like it's like opium. Like, all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, puppies.
We could make illicit drugs with this. Speaking of San Francisco,
shouldn't know that so well, David. I don't know.
That's awesome. All right, which California city is known as the entertainment capital of the world due to its film industry?
Yeah, that would be the LA area. Yes, massive, just massive.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Which California valley is known for its wine?
Oh, yes, Napa Valley.
Yep.
Napa Valley, gorgeous area. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really is. Mm-hmm. Which California city hosted the 1984 Summer Olympics?
Oh, boy. Gosh, I don't know this one, which is interesting because I usually watch the Olympics. And I know that they've hosted the summer and winter.
In 84.
Okay. Was it?
Think of a big city.
I mean, LA is a big, okay.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Los
LA
Angeles
is a
one.
big city.
Yeah,
Okay.
I remember. So the 84 Olympics actually, interestingly, changed the model of how the Olympics were funded by using existing facilities and getting corporate sponsors. And because they were so successful, that Olympic organizing committee was awarded a bonus, which they gave to charity.
Nice.
And one of those charities funded a program called National Junior Tennis and Learning, which two famous sisters were part of, Venus and Serena Williams.
Oh, awesome. I remember, was it King something, the movie that was with Will Smith about them? That was a really great movie.
Yeah,
like, I really enjoyed that. I didn't know much about their life and how they rose to fame and stuff, but it was very, very well done. And those girls have been working hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty cool that, the Olympic success actually helped contribute to some of that. That's
absolutely very cool.
Kind of self-sustaining in a way. Yeah.
Yes. Very nice.
What is the name of the California desert that holds the record for the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth?
That's the Mojave Desert. Yep. And Death Valley.
Death Valley.
Yeah.
Yep. I can remember driving. My daughter went to college in California, and I remember driving from like Vegas going into California, and we were on like this incline, like a constant incline.
Yeah.
And they have all these signs that say, make sure your car doesn't overheat. And all that. But I remember looking down. We had a rental car, and I looked down, and it had the temperature of the outside, and it was like 115 degrees. I was
you're like, gosh, please let us not break down.
Yeah,
right
in that
now.
area. It was crazy. So
no kidding.
We were okay.
Yes.
So
got pretty hot.
Do you know the highest temperature ever recorded there?
I don't. I would imagine it'd be like 130.
Close. 134.
Okay. Wow.
On July 10th, 1913. And it's the world record for the highest temperature ever recorded.
Yeah. I mean, that's extremely hot.
I mean, 100 degrees is hot. 34 degrees less than 100 is 66 degrees, which feels very different than 100. Right. That's 34 more. I mean, wow.
Right.
That's crazy.
You don't want to be out in that kind of weather.
No,
No wonder nothing is out there. Like,
Yeah, no kidding.
nothing is there. That's why they call it Death Valley, I'm sure.
Yeah. All right. Now we'll turn to Americans for Prosperity work a little bit.
Okay,
So I want to hear a little bit about what you're working on. Yeah, I mean, you've been with AP for a while as Utah State Director.
Yes.
And now with these Western states.
Mm-hmm.
So, where'd you start with this, and how'd you become the Western State Regional Director,
Mm-hmm.
first of all?
Right. I think I had a temporary lapse of judgment, actually. No, I'm just kidding. Because going from one state, Utah, to, basically managing the organization's efforts in 5 is a lot. But I felt really confident and, I felt really comfortable, I guess you could say, after so many years of being the Utah State Director. I passed some really great reforms, and I felt like I set the chapter up for a great new state director.
Yeah.
And felt I was up. I needed a new challenge.
Yeah.
And thought, there's nothing better than taking on states like California, Oregon, and Washington. So it's definitely been a challenge, but it's been really, really great.
Well, I mean, just from my vantage point, being able to observe like the work that you're doing, and those are tough states, and someone who lives in Illinois, I understand what it's like to have tough states politically and not really friendly from a policy standpoint. But being that opposition to what the ruling class is trying to do there, and then finding ways to make a difference and either block bad stuff or even pass some good stuff is so meaningful. The thing that I'm always struck by. I'd be interested to know if you've encountered this in these states, but I did it more in East Coast states. I go to New Jersey or Massachusetts or something, and when you're in a freedom-oriented organization, you tend to think, you write those states off because no hope, whatever.
Absolutely.
But there's a ton of really smart, motivated, principled people who want to advance good policy, who want to get involved, who want to push back against the bad stuff that's been going on there. And I'm always so inspired to meet them because they're the opposition there that's getting beat a lot of times, but they keep coming back and fighting until they can try to change something.
Absolutely. I mean, and you see that with California. It's got the largest amount of people migrating out of the state because they're so frustrated. I mean, after talking about all the amazing things that are California, like the most amazing beaches, 9 national parks, the best weather in the entire country. But people are just so tired of, all the high taxes, the government mandates, the regulations, like they just don't want it anymore. And so they're like migrating out at record levels.
It's such a shame. I'm old enough to remember, like in the 80s and others, where like California elected very reasonable folks to run their states.
Absolutely.
They weren't crazy when it came to taxes. They weren't crazy with regulation. And I mean, it's even worse than that. I mean, there's just this feeling like they just are going to try to tell you how to live your life.
Right. Absolutely.
And it's a threat. I mean, I don't know if you knew this, but my family had a house in California during a while back, not anymore, but we went there, my family, and lived there for 8 weeks when the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
So we spent the first part of the lockdown in California, which shows you how bad it was in Illinois to be in lockdown. If I had to choose California.
You decided to head to California.
We figured, well, we might as well look at the ocean while we're locked down.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it was fabulous. And I was talking to my kids the other day about this, like, wonderful memories of it because, we're just all together.
Right.
I'd put on a mask and gloves and go to the Safeway and get food every day. But but I mean, it was actually in the Central Coast area, south of Carmel. And so we one time drove down from the San Francisco kind of area. Another time drove up from LA because my daughter went to college north of LA.
Oh, nice.
And it's just like, this place is stunning.
Yeah.
It is so beautiful.
Yes.
And it has great cities, or at least once great cities. And, it just has so many people have done amazing things. I mean, look at the tech industry and all that.
Absolutely, Silicon Valley.
Yeah, I mean, the ports, some of the biggest ports in the world.
And then the Central Valley is like feeding America,
Yeah,
So,
they even have oil that they don't care about, but
I know, right?
But I mean,
and water if they don't care about.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. So it's just an amazing place.
Yes.
And but for just almost insane policy making. It's like it's hard to drive people out of California, and they've hit a tipping point where they're doing it.
Absolutely.
So
it's too bad. Yes.
It really is.
Yep.
All right. So in your states, in your role with the Western states, what are some of the things that you've been working on?
Yeah. So as you can imagine, California is pretty big. So we've been mainly focused on the federal level, like really championing and helping some of our policy champions who are there and face some pretty rough challenges when it comes to reelection. Think of Congresswoman Young Kim. She's in the Orange County area, which you'd think typically would be a very safe conservative area. But no, it's a very tough area. It's growing. Sadly, it's becoming a little bit more and more tough.
Yep.
And then up north, we had in Stockton area, he barely won. We engaged in the election like the last cycle, and a Democrat just beat out a Republican, like I think it was like 200 votes. So if you think your vote doesn't matter, there you go. Like it's absolutely critical to vote, even if you're in California. And anyway, and it was won by, that district was actually won by Trump, which is interesting. But the Democrat won, and we were, of course, working on the tax cut, making the Tax Cut and Job Act provisions permanent. And we went and did a lot of efforts to try to, tell Congressman Harder, hey, like these people are going to have their taxes raised by over $3,000 if you don't vote to, make these tax cut provisions permanent. Small businesses that are in the area. Stockton is not one of the most wealthy areas like LA area, that you see, or Malibu, or, some of these wealthier areas. It's a very, it's struggling. It's struggling. The economy's struggling. You've got hard workers there that often work in agriculture industry and working hard to just make ends meet. And so a lot of our work has been focused on, trying to hold him accountable and say, can you think of these people and you're in this vote? Like, let's forget partisan politics. Let's take a look at your district and see these individuals, these business owners who will literally suffer, and they're already suffering. And you can see that there. It's not a great place to just, it's one of those places in California where you're like, wow, this place has been hit hard by the economy. And, inflation did that, during the Biden years. And yeah, you've seen that reflected in a lot of those areas. So we have been, we did a couple events there. We did some really good grassroots advocacy efforts there. But unfortunately, he still chose partisan politics and voted, to not, for the bill and not give his constituents the tax break that they really needed. And so it's really sad, but those are kind of the things we're working on. Unfortunately, also, I don't know if AFP is going to get engaged in this, but I don't know if you saw what happened with Texas recently with the redistricting, and then California now is like, oh, really? Yep. Well, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna take this independent redistricting committee that is actually a decent thing, and we're going to have the legislature take back that power and redraw the maps, and we're going to redraw the maps so Republicans would lose 5 seats. So that's a big
it's a big deal.
Big deal.
Yeah.
So we really want people to pay attention to this because it is happening, and as if there's already there's a very big imbalance of power in California right now, which has led to so many people leaving the state, like we talked about earlier. Yeah. If people are leaving the state, it's because the policies have failed, and the predominant party there has really failed the people. And so we really need to, hope to wake up a lot more Californians to say, hey, pay attention to this. This is happening, because they're going to have a vote in November, because I think the legislature will pass it and they'll have to vote in November. Yep. Yeah. So it's really interesting.
What's something that you're excited about in your region to work on coming up?
In California, or like everywhere?
Wherever,
anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever state you cover.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe some of the places are a little more hopeful.
Right. Idaho's been great. We're actively, it's going to be the next actual physical state chapter for Americans for Prosperity. So we're actually in the process of looking for and hiring a state director there. who will then hire some staff. So that's been it's been a really good, but also really hard one for me because I've built some great relationships there. I love working in Idaho. I love the people in Idaho. It's such a fun state. And so like basically handing over the reins to somebody, it's like a bittersweet thing,
Sure.
but I'm really excited about that. I think that's going to be the next premier chapter for the organization. So, and then Oregon and Washington, it's tough. Oregon right now we worked and defeated a multi-billion-dollar tax and fee increase during the last legislative session. And now the governor's like very upset that was defeated. And so now she's calling a special session this weekend.
Wow.
Happens to be Labor Day weekend. So calling back legislators in on Labor Day weekend and saying you're not leaving essentially until you pass some of these big, and we're talking like Oregon already has the 5th highest gas in the cost of gas in the nation. We're talking an additional 50 to 66 cent tax increase on gas. Plus tons of fees on everything, taxes on everything pretty much will go up. It's for transportation, but it's bailing out a failing state organization that hasn't been able to balance its budget very well and they've not done any audits on it. And so anyway, it's been really frustrating. So we're working right now this week on connecting individuals to their elected officials on that and highlighting. We just did a town hall last night with the state senator, highlighting what's happening and encouraging people to reach out to their state representatives to defeat that. Yeah. So
wow. I hope you're successful, at least for the sake of the people in Oregon.
Absolutely. Me too. It's a big deal.
That's great. I know you got some tough states to deal with there, and doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, David.
Yeah. And most importantly, I'd like to thank you for being part of our 50 Stars, 50 States series.
You're welcome. That's
Gotta be
fun.
the California representative on this one.
I know. Well, being that I was born in California, I better know my California stuff. So
well, and you did. You really did. That's great.
Good. That's good.
I was impressed. I was like, oh man, I'm just not gonna know these. Oh, totally knew them. So
well, thank you.
Thanks again, Heather.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So, folks, if you like this episode and would like to stay connected with the podcast, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, as well as following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And always remember, liberty and freedom are easily taken for granted. Don't take it for granted. Go out there and defend freedom and liberty. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Thank you for listening to American Potential. You may listen to more stories from Americans working every day to expand freedom and opportunity in their communities by visiting AmericanPotential.com.